All right, so for today, we are working on number grids and we're calculating the difference between two numbers on a number grid. This is going to help us get ready for tomorrow when we're going to have the large number grid and we're going to be able to take one number and another number and find the difference, kind of like what you were doing on your math message. So we're going to kind of start a little bit simpler today, just focus on a small area. We remember that a number grid is basically a number line stacked in groups of 10. So the number line that you see all the way, they kind of chopped it into tens, 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 and grouped it. And sometimes they can look a little bit different based on where they cut the numbers at. And so here you can see it starts from 1 to 10, right? 11 to 20. Okay, so they go up and down by tens, but they go side to side by ones. So 3, 4, 5, right? I'm counting by ones each time. But when I go down 5, 15, 25, I'm counting by tens. So that's going to be useful information. So you should be filling out this goals part right here, thinking about what you need to do today and how you're going to be able to meet today's objective. And I'm going to show you right here of a smaller number grid where we have missing boxes. So my number here in the middle is 54. So I had to figure out what would go in these other boxes. So if I think about how a number grid is formatted, I'm going to remember, well, I'm going to write in, even though it doesn't want me to fill these in, I'm going to fill them in anyway because that's going to help me in my head. So I know that up and down is 10. Up and down, up and down. I can use both fingers, up and down. Okay, and so this would go up. That means the numbers are going smaller, right? They're going smaller. And so I'm reaching up towards them to get the smaller bits there. And so 54, 10 less than 54 would be 44 because 44, 54, right? It goes down. So 44, 54. And I know underneath of that one would be 64. So we've got 44, 54, 64. And then I'm going to do next to it, I know next to 54, when we go side to side, side to side, we're counting by ones. Side, side. I'm using one finger. Up and down, I can use both because it's by tens, 2-digit, right? By 1 to 1, right? It's only 1 digit. So I'm going to add one when I go over here to the right, like a book, right? It gets bigger. Okay, so 54, then it would be 55. But when I go backwards, it's going to be 54. Go back would be 53. One less than 4 is 3. So I've got 53, 54, 55, 44, 54, 64. So see how I'm checking as I go, making sure that it still follows the same order. You'll see that when you're counting by tens, the ones place is the same, 4, 4, 4. But the tens place changes, 4, 5, 6. Same thing when, but a little bit different when you're going by ones. The tens place stays the same, 5, 5, 5, but the ones place changes, 3, 4, 5, because we're counting by ones this way and we're counting by tens this way. That's why those are the numbers that are changing. Now, I haven't even answered the question yet. That's just showing what my brain is thinking, and that's really important to do, that when you go to write is to show what your brain is thinking. I don't think I would have been able to solve this if I didn't write these other numbers. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to write in the actual answer here. Okay, so my actual answer for 54, well, I'm going to count by ones. I think that's a little bit easier. So I'm going to go 44. Next to 44 would be 45. And as that look here, 45, 55. Yep, the ones place stays the same, but the tens place goes up. So that's exactly right. All right, let me try the next one. Well, this made me think, well, if this is 45, this is 55. Well, that shows me this needs to be 65 because it's counting 4, 5, 6, but the one stays the same. Hey, when I see, let me change that one first to make sure that it's the same as up here. Now I can see that this is 64, 65. Well, right before 64 should be 63 because 3, 4, 5. Here's 53, 63, just like this is 44 and 45. I need that to be the same tens place, so I'm going to make this 43. So we've got 43, 53, 63. 44, 54, 64. 45, 55, 65. When you go across, counting by ones, 43, 44, 45, 53, 54, 55, 63, 64, 65. So it all lined up, it all worked, so I know that my answer is correct. So these patterns on a number grid of going up and down by tens, side to side by ones, that helped me be able to know that my answers are correct. That's what I want you to do when you go here. I want you to think of those patterns and fill in wherever it has a red blank spot. This is going to be similar to what you would do tomorrow. Here, I'm not asking you to find the difference between them. I just want you to fill them in, okay? Then I want you to do it where it doesn't give you any numbers near it, okay? Just like my model. If you could do this with somebody at home, okay, that would be a really good help. You can talk it out and think it through. Here's even an extension that you can work on where you get to create your own. Put any numbers you want anywhere here that you want, and then see, could you fill it out? At the end, I want you to go ahead and do the you do, where you're going to do these two problems. And there's a star right here because right here, I want you to explain how you were able to figure out the answers here. What strategies were you using in your brain to help you? Just like my strategy was to write in these numbers that were next to it, the up and down by tens and the side to side by ones. That was my strategy. What strategy did you use? How do you know your answers are correct? I look forward to seeing your answers. Bye.